A young woman pays for an old man's groceries, thinking it's just a small act of kindness. But just hours later, three mysterious black SUVs pull up outside her house. Confused and nervous, she has no idea that the man she helped is actually a retired billionaire with a powerful past. What starts as a simple gesture turns into a life-changing moment she never expected. Now let's dip in the story. It all started on a rainy Tuesday afternoon. Emily, a 22-year-old college student, was standing in line at a small neighborhood grocery store. She was wearing a dark green hoodie, earphones in, humming along to music. Just another normal day. As she waited her turn, she noticed an elderly man in front of her, white hair, slightly hunched, fumbling through his wallet. The cashier looked uncomfortable. "Sir, it's $38.76, the cashier said softly. The old man looked up, embarrassed. I think I left my card at home. I only have $20. Without hesitating, Emily stepped forward and said, "It's okay. I'll cover it." The old man looked stunned. "Are you sure, young lady?" Emily smiled. "Absolutely. It's just groceries." He nodded, eyes slightly wet. "Thank you. No one's ever done that for me." Emily didn't think much of it. She paid the remaining amount, waved off his thanks, and carried on with her day. She went home, made dinner, did some studying, and curled up on the couch to binge her favorite crime show. But around 8 p.m. that night, everything changed. She heard the sound of multiple engines outside. She peeked out the window and froze. 3 black SUVs had pulled up in front of her house. The kind you'd expect to see in a spy movie. The engines were still running. The street was quiet. Her heart raced. Then there was a knock on the door. She hesitated, then slowly opened it. Just a crack. Standing there were 3 men in suits, one holding a small tablet. "Emily Carter?" one of them asked. "Why, yes," she replied, completely confused. "We need to talk. It's about what you did today." Inside, the men introduced themselves as part of a private security detail for someone very important. Emily, now sitting nervously on her couch, tried to make sense of it all. "You paid for an elderly man's groceries this afternoon. Do you know who he is?" one of the agents asked. Emily shook her head. "No, just a man who needed help." The agent smiled. "That man is Victor Langston, billionaire, philanthropist, and recently retired head of a major intelligence organization." Emily's jaw dropped. "He lives quietly now, under the radar, rarely goes out. What you did today might seem small, but it meant a great deal to him. You treated him with kindness when you had no idea who he was." Still in shock, Emily asked, "But why are you here?" The agent tapped on the tablet, turned it toward her, and said, "Because Mr. Langston wants to meet you." The next morning, a private car arrived at her door. Emily was taken to a secluded estate outside the city. Massive gates, perfectly trimmed hedges, and security everywhere. Victor Langston met her at the door. He looked much different than he did in the grocery store. Strong posture, sharp suit, eyes that had clearly seen a lot in life. "I wanted to thank you in person," he said, offering her a seat. "You reminded me there are still good people in the world. People who act without expecting anything in return." They talked for hours about life, purpose, and how small acts of kindness can ripple in big ways. Before she left, he handed her a letter. "I insist," he said. "Open it when you get home." When she returned to her apartment, she unfolded the letter and gasped. Inside was a full scholarship to any university of her choice, paid in full by the Langston Foundation. Along with it, an offer for a mentorship program, helping her get a foot in the door in whatever career she chose. Emily's life changed overnight. She used the scholarship to finish her degree in social work, inspired to pay the kindness forward. She started a community initiative called The Ripple Effect to encourage random acts of compassion. Her story went viral, but she never forgot the lesson she learned that rainy afternoon in the grocery store. You never know who's watching. You never know how one small gesture can unlock doors you didn't even know existed. And most importantly, sometimes the smallest things leave the biggest marks. And just like that, a simple act of kindness turned into a moment that changed everything. Emily had no idea who she was helping that day, but her heart was in the right place, and the universe noticed. So the next time you get the chance to help someone, no matter how small it seems, take it. because you never know who's watching, and you never know how one good deed might come back to you in the most unexpected way. If you found this story inspiring, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more real-life stories, and hit the bell so you never miss a moment that could change everything.